Incarnation means God comes into that which is natural. God dwells everywhere and dwells in us. That's why the Chapel of the Incarnation is built the way it is.
I've heard the Chapel of the Incarnation described as one unified work of art. The columns that lead you into the church are mirrored by the trees on the outside. There's a peacefulness that moves into the narthex. There's a gentle sound of the baptismal font as you turn into the light of the main sanctuary.
The colors are earthly. The chairs are formed around the altar. There's an unbroken circle because we are praying with the priest.
The beauty of the design is its gentle simplicity. There's no distractions. It calls you to turn inward. All of those things are influenced by the Second Vatican Council.
Pope John XXIII made modern church history when he called an ecumenical council of high-ranking prelates to consider reforms and changes in liturgy.
I don't think anything has happened in the church as severe a change as the Vatican Council since Christ was here. Old Testament, New Testament, they're two new churches. Pre-Vatican II, post-Vatican II, it's almost the same. It's two different kind of churches.
This council has already been termed a towering milestone in church progress toward many diverse goals of revivifying the role of the church in a modern world.
The council started 2 years after I arrived in the seminary, and I was filled with the wisdom and the beauty of the Vatican Council. It was trying to change our understanding of the way God works in this world. When I grew up, everything flowed like a funnel from God through the church sacraments. The church, being the structure, was completely blown apart in the Vatican II. It moved away from a church-centered, priest-centered system to everyone is engaged. Everyone has a part. That was what God intended, human beings filled with His Spirit, resonating it out to other people.
From which year to which year were you here?
From 73 until 86. I know, but I grew more in this job than I did 30 years of my life. The University of Dallas is the most interesting place for me because I've spent almost 20 years there. I started as a freshman, and then I entered the seminary 2 years after that, and then came back as chaplain.
Father Fischer was such a charismatic priest. He started to draw people from all over the city. He had that way of connecting with people and revitalizing your faith. Prior to the Church of the Incarnation, we were in Lynch Auditorium, and we were crammed in there. So it was time to build a church.
I remember walking into Father Fandel's office. He said, "You will be the pastor who will build the university church." And I thought, wow, that's really exciting. Best thing that ever happened to me. The timing was perfect. The right people were there. We studied and reread and worked with the Vatican Council, which gave us a sense that we were building something truly significant.
The Second Vatican Council wanted to relay to the faithful that they too were part of the celebration of the Mass. So the architecture had to change to get people to feel included. It's priest and people praying together, which was a totally new concept.
Now that the emphasis is on community, the first and most radical change was the altar ripped away from a wall, the wrapping of the congregation around a priest who is facing you.
The focus really is on the Mass itself and the rest of the community.
My husband, Duane Landry, and I were called to design the Chapel of the Incarnation. There's a book called The Liturgy Documents. This was more or less our guideline about this new way of approaching the design of a building. It was calling us to use materials to build with the highest integrity Not careless, phony, counterfeit, pretentious, exaggerated. Simple, honest, authentic.
God comes into the ordinary, and what the church is supposed to reflect is the beauty of God's creation. Unfortunately, people got so used to a certain formula for an interior of a Catholic church that if they walked into something without the statues on either side, without gold and marble, they felt they were not in a sacred space. And so the church had to say, no, it shouldn't look like the king's palace. A church should be made of materials that are comfortable for people to be around, like wood and stone and steel and glass. When we were building the church, we wanted it to be a sacred space made of the same kind of materials the school was made of.
That drum, that brick, is the same brick that's on the entire campus. So when you went in the church, you went into a place that was connected to your experience here on campus.
I wanted to draw every brick because it made a difference.
The beauty of the chapel is due to that active desire that this be something special. You'll see an unbelievable amount of conscious choice in having everything fit together in a harmonious way. The woods match, the colors blend, the proportions work. And then the light comes in and fills the room during the day in a way that's pleasant and makes you want to stay there. It's like that's the source of life, the God, power coming into the room.
I prayed there every day. It's a beautiful space, a perfect fabric of unity.
It was our building, unique to the university. All the art in it would be from the community.
The Vatican II documents also emphasize you don't want mass-produced things. You want things which come from the hand and which reflect nobility and dignity. It's in keeping with a very, very old tradition that art is an important representation of the worship of God.
We didn't order a single thing out of a catalog. There were people in the art department who had true gifts to contribute to the church.
When my father, Lyle Novinsky, designed the church furnishings, it meant that there was a unified whole as you walked in. When he designed the altar, it's immovable, and it gives you this beautiful sense of eternal simplicity.
It's the most important thing in this whole room. That's why it's so different than everything else. You don't see that stone anywhere else but on the altar.
Many of the original furnishings of the church have been removed. The original lectern, priest chair, were much simpler. The original chairs were a much lighter wood that really harmonized the beauty of the brick.
Those are sadness that you carry when you're an architect or a designer, that you do something and everything has a purpose and a place that it's supposed to be, and then someone comes in and changes it. Furnishings in the chapel should enhance the harmony of the church. Everything connected to everything else. All the attention to detail is part of the noble beauty of the building. The Church of the Incarnation was a work of love. I had the privilege of brick by brick seeing it come together. This is the church that has won more awards than any church in this diocese. So we know that we did something right. Incarnation is all about the Holy Spirit's presence in us, in our brokenness, our sinfulness. I pray when everyone comes into this building, they feel that presence in a unique way. The materials are ordinary, but the space is extraordinary.